everybody. I am on my way headed to work and thought that I would post another video for you guys since it's been a little bit. Um, I wanted to tell you guys if you're fighting CPS for your children or your child, it's a long, difficult, stressful process. Literally, as we speak, CPS has taken my daughter and is hiding her out. I know you're saying, oh no, they can't do that, or that's not possible. They legally can't do that. That's literally what they're doing. And I fought tooth and nail to get my case transferred to where I live. And there's two actual parts of your case. You have the actual court part of your case, and then you have the DCBS case. And the court case was transferred first while I was told they were in the process of transferring the DCBS case. We got a court date. I got an attorney. I got an attorney for my daughter. And the only thing that this other county had anything to do with my case is the fact they were holding on to the DCBS part of my case. We go to court, and I'm thinking, once we get to court that, everything's going to change because this judge is going to make these social workers do what they're supposed to do by law. As it turns out, the other county knew what they were doing by not transferring the DCBS part of my case because where I live, we don't have a family court. The only way that the judge in my county can make any type of decisions or make social workers do anything is if the DCBS case is also in this county. So unfortunately, he wasn't able to do anything. And my daughter, being that she actually resides in another county, totally different, they transferred the case there. And it was going to take probably about a month before I could get another court date in that county. So I continued to patiently wait and finally got a court date in that county. I was contacted by my attorney this past Thursday, day before yesterday, and it was a untimely call. Usually you don't get calls late at night, regarding, official business. So I knew something was up, and he informed me that we did in fact have a court date. However, my daughter was no longer living in that county. He had sent several emails to my social worker and never got a response. We don't know how long, she's been gone. We don't know why she was transferred. We don't know why they moved her. If my daughter's okay, when they moved her, nothing. So yesterday, I called this social worker all day. Left message after message. I sent an email to actually preserve and have evidence that I contacted her about this, issue. Never received an email back. I called her supervisor. Again, got a voicemail, left a message. I contacted her several more times throughout the day and didn't get an answer. I then got the bright idea that I would call her from a number she was not familiar with because I do know that she has caller ID. And she didn't answer, and I didn't leave a voicemail. However, a few hours later, she contacted the other number, and I wasn't able to get to the phone in time to answer it. So that confirmed my suspicions that they were really, truly avoiding me. And by law, they were supposed to have informed me 10 days prior to my daughter being removed. And under emergency circumstances, they were supposed to inform me the next day after my daughter had been moved. So neither one of those things took place. I didn't receive anything regarding my daughter at all. So I knew she was avoiding me, because if you've got time to call this number back that you don't know, but you haven't had time to contact me back, that lets me know you're not wanting to talk to me. So I contacted the ombudsman, which is where you call to file complaints regarding social services here in the state of Kentucky. I got another voicemail. So basically, you have removed my child and felt that you could disregard my parental rights and not inform me of anything. And I went to their website and I printed off a portion of their manual, which you should be able to do in your state as well. And they have manuals that explain every type of situation and what their protocol is and what they're supposed to do. And it literally said, for one, they're supposed to do whatever they can do to preserve the current placement. My lawyer just spoke to that social worker Monday of this week, and they didn't even know that the case had been transferred to the other county. So either my daughter had already been moved and you failed to disclose that to my attorney when you was on the phone with him Monday or through email, or after you found out the case had been transferred to Harrison County, you done something to where you could expedite whatever needed to be done to get her removed. Either way, there should be documentation that for whatever reason, her current placement should have been preserved at all. In any circumstance possible, it should have been preserved. If for some reason that it was unable to be preserved, there still should be documentations of all efforts that you've done to preserve that. The only thing that my lawyer was made aware of is that my daughter was moved due to behavior issues. For one, nothing has been disclosed to me about my daughter having behavior issues within this placement. I've been made to believe that everything was great. My daughter was great. She was enjoying it. She was doing great. She was in sports, excelling in school, all of this stuff. And there was no behavior problems with this placement. So, for whatever reason my daughter was moved, then there should be documentation of that as well. I don't see how you could have adequately documented and done what you were supposed to do in a matter of a week. And that is assuming that you just moved her or they just moved her. So the point of me saying all of this is that they are doing what they want to do because there's nobody holding them accountable at this moment. They know once I get into a court of law, which, let me backtrack. I believe they removed my child from where she was at and put her back in the county where the case is at. That way they think they will have support and backing from their court system, which in the beginning of all this, they were successful in getting away with doing the stuff that they were doing and, not doing it legally and going through all the channels that they're supposed to go through. They was able to go through the loopholes and everything because that's what they do. So I believe that when the truth comes out, it will be, disclosed that she is in fact back in that county to where they can try to control the situation. But regardless, once I get in a court of law that can make them do what they need to do and can enforce the laws, the little shenanigans they're pulling is over with. So it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see what they're doing. They are maneuvering and doing the things they're doing to stall my case. They're trying to keep me out of court as long as possible so they can continue doing what they're doing. Keeping me from visiting my daughter, not having to fully offer services they're supposed to offer to me. That won't be possible for them to do once I can get into court. I personally don't see how they're able to get away with the stuff they're getting away with. You're telling me that because so much time has lapsed, that I've not seen my child, that I'm a stranger to her, and you're supposed to be operating in the child's best interest. How can ripping her from her stability and placing her with complete strangers be in the best interest of her? There's no difference you placing her with complete strangers than placing her back in my custody. At least I'm her mother. At least I raised her for 9 years. At least she knows me. But you place her with me, you can't get federal funding. You're not getting paid if she's with me. That's the big difference. It boggles my mind because they don't care about these children. It's all about retaliation and get back tactics. So I beat you in court. I exposed you minimally. I didn't even get a chance to tell everything that has went on. Just a little bit. And so you're making it as difficult as you possibly can on me to get resolution in this. I believe they are hoping that I will get frustrated and give up, or the frustration of all this will lead me to relapsing or to using drugs or something like that. And it's a dirty game. It's a dirty game they're playing, and the only abuse my daughter has suffered is through the social workers and DCBS. I will continue to speak on this. I will continue to research. I will continue to advocate. I will do anything I can to help anybody that is in this situation. Just don't give up. Don't give up. It's very trying. Expect it to be hard. It is not going to be easy. But it will be so worth it at the end when your child fully can understand how much you fought for them. It will be worth it. I trust me. I believe me when I tell you that. If my daughter's best interest was what was important to these social workers, they would immediately get some type of visitation going with me and my child to better her overall health, to better her mental stability. And I truly believe when we do get visitation, they will see a great difference in my child when she goes to her trauma therapy appointments and things like that. Just don't give up. Don't give up. It's a long, hard fight, and I'm in it to the end. You all have a wonderful day. I have got to go to work and pay these bills. Please don't forget to press the like button, subscribe, and share. You don't know whose life you can save by just hitting a share button. You all have a great evening. Bye.